boys and girls, this is Miss Brianne and welcome back to Coding Fun with Miss Brianne, the brief video series where I show you all the different coding toys and games and computer software that we in the Westhampton Free Library have to offer, as well as some of my own personal collection as well. Now, in our previous videos, I've been continuing my little Cozmo mini-series in which I show you how to program Cozmo to perform all these sorts of fun little tricks. Now, as I mentioned before, Cozmo was created by a company called Anki, which is now part of Digital Dream Labs. And they have these awesome, well, they did have these awesome little cards that you could use to get started with Cozmo. Sadly, it's no longer on their website, but feel free to check it out if you want to see what other products they have to offer. Now, we've taught Cozmo a bunch of fun little tricks like lighting up his backpack, lighting up his cubes, having his cubes play music, and so forth. And today, we're going to program Cozmo to do something else that's fun. But first, before we do all that, we are going to wake up Cozmo. He's on his charger right now. So, and I'm just going to turn down the volume a little bit so it's not too loud, but we're going to keep the sound up because you have to hear it. Actually, I'll turn it. Alright, but actually before when you wake up Cozmo, you got to tap the app which is on your tablet or phone, like right over here like this. And then you get the screen and then you hit connect. So I'm going to see him pop out of his charger, and I'll place him on the table when that happens. Alright, so here is Cozmo. And he's looking around. Now, I've already played games with him and I've fed him and tuned him up, so he's in tip-top shape. So he's just exploring his surroundings. He's becoming very... And he's looking for my hand to pounce on. So let's see what he does. Come on. Yeah. But so he's mad because he's not getting his way. But let's go to the Code Lab. So you scroll to the main menu until you see Code Lab. And then you press Code Lab. So let's get him in the center. And then we're gonna go to constructor mode. And then new constructor project. So today's activity is we're gonna program Cozmo to play a ticking sound every second, like the ticking of a clock. We're gonna have Cozmo do that today, which is fun. If you ever run a counter on Cozmo, you can include that clock sound. But here is the here's the workspace. You're all familiar with that by now, and you know the different types of program controls. So let's get started. So we're going to click on the animations space and all these different commands pop up. We're going to find play 80s music sound. Do you see it? So we're going to take one of those and we're going to attach it to the one green flag clicked. But we don't want to play 80s music. We want a different sound. So we're going to click on this little arrow here next to music, and we get a whole menu. And you just scroll down until you see clock tick. Once you see clock tick, you tap on it, and it says play clock tick sound. So when I hit the green flag, it should play a clock tick. So ready? Let's hear. I hope you heard that, boys and girls. That was the clock sound. Let's do that again. And one more time. So that's the clock ticking sound. But you would have to hit the green flag every second to hear the clock tick sound, right? But we want it to keep ticking, like a clock ticks every second. So here's what you're thinking, Miss Brianne, how do we do that? Well, we're gonna go to control, and it has time control, loop controls. So we're gonna go until we see the forever. So we're gonna take a forever, and we're gonna arrange it so that I'll show you. So we're gonna put a forever sign here, and then we're gonna insert the play clock sound right in here. Let me just move that a little bit. Well, do you think it will work? Well, let's see what happens when I press the green flag. You heard that, didn't you? That's way too fast. Even clocks don't go that fast, right? So here's what you're probably wondering. How do we make it tick, the clock tick every second? Well, we're going to go back to control, and we're going to find the wait 1 second block. Then we're going to put that underneath the play sound. So it looks like that. Are you ready? Let's see what happens. Now it sounds like a clock ticking every second. Isn't that cool? And if you, like I said, if you want to create a counter on a second counter on Cozmo, you could certainly include this sound. Fun, huh? And if you've ever heard Cozmo trigger his alarm, you actually hear that ticking sound when he has his counter. But maybe you don't want to have the clock tick every second. Maybe you want a little faster. So what you can do is where it says 1, you're going to type, and this little control pad goes. We're going to delete that and hit point. Let's stop that. Hit point 2. So we changed it to point 2. Let's see what happens then. Oops. That's fast, but it's not too fast. Isn't that great? But this is a fun little code if you want to make Cozmo tick like a clock. But in any event, let's exit out. And we're going to make Cozmo sleep. But that's how you program Cozmo to tick like a clock. And next week I'm going to show you another little trick you can program Cozmo for. But until then, this is Miss Brianne. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you soon.